The Gambler has always been about two things, speed and versatility. We want a bike that is super fast and we want a bike that is adjustable for all different types of tracks and riders.
Moi, dans le développement du Gambler, en fait, j'ai commencé dès que j'ai signé avec Scott, c'était ma priorité. Et on voulait être sûr d'avoir une machine de guerre pour le début de la saison, donc ça a commencé à ce moment-là. La première fois que j'ai essayé le proto, ce que je voulais être sûr, c'est que je me sente pouvoir gagner avec ce vélo. Et tout de suite, je me suis senti bien dessus. J'ai pas eu de mauvaise surprise et c'était un vélo très sain et ça m'a vraiment mis en confiance.
Getting the geometry for me right was one of the most important things, like the reach and everything like that. The first iteration was pretty good, and then unfortunately I got injured and Benoit took over the development process of it, and he made it into a really good bike for when I returned to it.
The one thing that we really wanted to focus on and get from this is stability at speeds. I mean, that's one of the most important things with a downhill bike. And what's cool is that not only is it super stable at speeds, but it's a really natural feeling system. It doesn't take long to get used to, and right out of the gate, you feel that you can go fast.
The image of it looked really racy. It looked like a bike that could win a World Cup. I love the 6-bar. I love the way everything that was designed about the center of gravity, and just like I could immediately tell it was going to be a good bike to race.
Les tests de pré-saison, pour moi, c'était hyper important. Avec le nouveau vélo, j'ai fait plus de 500 runs, donc c'était un gros travail. Et comment ça marche, en fait, nous, on fait tout à l'aveugle. Donc, c'est les mécanos qui font des nouveaux réglages sur le vélo et on fait du back-to-back, c'est-à-dire qu'on va comparer descente par descente les changements. Et par exemple, on a eu des nouvelles biellettes à essayer et on avançait comme ça en faisant du back-to-back à l'aveugle. C'est-à-dire que je ne savais pas ce que je testais. On mesurait au chrono et on prenait aussi mes sensations en compte.
Lab testing and rider feedback really go hand in hand. I mean, what we're trying to do is to take numbers and turn them into feels, and take feels and maybe translate those into numbers. That's no easy task. But through the rigorous testing that we do with the athletes, we're really able to get to a point where we think that maybe we've gone as far as we can go. From there, we can continue to optimize things with regards to kinematics, with regards to frame stiffness, to layup, to compliance. Some of those things can be initiated on a computer, but at the end of the day, we need the athlete to test it on track. So that process really is a process that goes hand in hand.
Yeah, I'd say it's extremely important to get the right amount of flex. I mean, you want the rear end to be super stable in rough, gnarly sections, and then you also need the right amount of flex for tracks that are a bit more slippery or even just off cambers. Corners, you need the right flex so the wheel doesn't spit out and flex too much.
It all comes down to grip. So to go fast, a downhill bike really needs a well-balanced weight distribution, especially when talking about sprung and unsprung mass. Now, being able to take the shock and the linkages and center them low in the frame really allows us to do this naturally. A 6-bar linkage really allows us to control how suspension behaves. It allows us to fine-tune anti-rise, anti-squat leverage ratio in isolation, but also across full travel. And this is great because then we can dial in suspension without having to compromise.
Le 6-bar system, ça permet de prendre un pied arrière en étant hyper smooth, c'est confortable, et avoir des réceptions de saut où la progressivité va faire qu'on va pas tout prendre le débattement et qu'on va avoir quand même une belle efficacité. Ce qui est génial avec ce 6-bar system, c'est qu'on peut vraiment isoler des variables. Si on veut vraiment avoir par exemple juste plus de débattement, ils sont capables de changer juste ça, les ingénieurs. Et nous, ça nous permet vraiment de peaufiner juste le point qui pêche un peu, par exemple, ou qu'on veut améliorer. Et sur les pistes plus accidentées, le 6-bar system, il est vraiment confortable, ça lie vraiment le sol. C'est un peu comme un monster truck, tu vas vraiment à travers les obstacles, ce qui fait qu'on peut vraiment avoir des trajectoires droites et efficaces.
As a race tool, this is a huge step forward. The all-new Gambler has more adjustability than we've ever had on any bike, and that's saying something. And what we're trying to do with that adjustability is to build a large usable range that athletes of all different backgrounds, abilities, so on and so forth, can use to fine-tune their bicycle for the track or the conditions that they're riding on that day?
I'd say just the predictability is the most important thing for me, going into sections or even just a new track. If you know the bike's going to be super predictable and not throw you on offline or anything, the confidence just grows and you can ride to your best ability straight away.
En fait, tout ce processus de développement, on a essayé beaucoup de choses et ça m'a vraiment ouvert l'esprit. Et du coup, il y a des nouveaux gestes techniques que je n'osais pas avant et que j'imaginais même pas possible. Et là, avec ce nouveau vélo, maintenant, je suis capable de les réaliser et vraiment, ça m'a ouvert ma zone de confort. Ouais. Moi, j'adore le boîtier haut, langue de chasse fermée. Ça fait un vélo hyper maniable, hyper joueur. J'ai pas les pédales qui touchent au sol. Et j'ai déjà un grand vélo et ça me permet d'avoir un petit peu cette maniabilité sur un grand vélo qui est normalement plutôt stable.
We knew that easy shock access would be of paramount importance on the all-new Gambler, not only for athletes and riders, but then also for mechanics. Now, typically, someone who rides downhill is someone who likes to adjust their suspension settings, and we didn't want all of the gains that we made with regards to the construction side of having a shock inside the frame take away from the ease of use of accessing your shock. We know downhillers oftentimes like to put aftermarket shocks in their downhill bikes. No problem, we wanted our system to not really keep you from being able to do that. If you look closely, you'll see that part of the shock actually sits out of the frame. This leaves tons of space for all main aftermarket shock options. There are loads of features on this bike that make it easy to work on. You've never set up sag on a coil shock as easily as with the external sag indicator on this bike. Cable routing is all through and through, so it's simple to work on at home or in the pits. And all bolts of the frame hardware are a T30. The Gambler RC for sure is a World Cup race bike, but that's not the only thing it excels at. Bike park laps, chainless races, ripping corners, whatever you want, it's the tool for the job.